Avery Productions here, and today I'm going to be reviewing every single Thomas DVD and VHS. Before we get into this, let's establish some ground rules. For one, I am not going to be including All Engines Go DVDs or probably any samplers. I don't know if I will include any samplers. It depends how long this video ends up. I might include a sampler DVD here or there, might not, who knows. And this only accounts for US DVDs. I'm not going to be doing UK DVDs here as I'm not from the UK. So I'll just be doing US DVDs here. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get on to reviewing every Thomas DVD and VHS. Thomas Gets Tricked, a great way to start, 9 out of 10. James Learns a Lesson, improvement over the last one, 9.5 out of 10. Tenders and Turntables, our first 10 out of 10. Thomas Breaks the Rules, another great Ringo release, 9.5 out of 10. Better Late Than Never, the last Ringo Starr release, 9.5 out of 10. Trust Thomas, our first George Carlin release, 10 out of 10. Thomas Gets Bumped, Wise Harold on the front cover, 10 out of 10. Thomas Percy and the Dragon, a perfect release, but why is Diesel on the cover? Daisy, a great introduction to Daisy, 9 out of 10. James Goes Buzz Buzz, a very nostalgic release, 9.5 out of 10. Percy's Ghostly Trick, the first release to feature a music video, 10 out of 10. Thomas's Christmas Party, the first Christmas release, 9.5 out of 10. Rusty to the Rescue, a great introduction to Season 4, 9.5 out of 10. Thomas and the Special Letter, my favorite Thomas release, 10 out of 10. Thomas and His Friends Help Out, the first release to feature over 10 episodes, 10 out of 10. Gallant Old Engine, a wonderful selection of stories, 10 out of 10. Sing Along and Stories, our first song compilation, 9.5 out of 10. Thomas Meets the Queen, it's a shame we never got this on DVD, 10 out of 10. Thomas and His Friends Get Along, a nice compilation of stories, 9.5 out of 10. Thomas Comes to Breakfast, an absolute classic, 10 out of 10. Big Day for Thomas has some of the weaker Season 1 episodes, but still pretty good, 9 out of 10. Cranky Bugs, an amazing start to Season 5, 10 out of 10. Ace's Rescues and Runaways, a brilliant release with tons of great stories, 10 out of 10. 10 Years of Thomas, a great way to celebrate a decade of Thomas in the US, 10 out of 10. Spills and Chills, a great all-in-one Thomas release, 10 out of 10. Make Someone Happy, definitely the weakest Season 5 release, but still good, 9.5 out of 10. Thomas's Christmas Wonderland, only features one new episode, 9.5 out of 10. Thomas's Trackside Tunes, I like how Toby is on the cover, 9.5 out of 10. Best of Percy, a good compilation of Percy stories, 9.5 out of 10. Best of Thomas, some nice Thomas-focused stories, 9 out of 10. Best of James, my favorite release of the best ofs, 10 out of 10. Salty Secret, a great introduction to Season 6, 9 out of 10. Percy's Chocolate Crunch, a pretty release, 6.5 out of 10. Best of Gordon, a nice Gordon-centric release, 9.5 out of 10. James and the Red Balloon, a mid-release, 5.5 out of 10. Thomas's Snowy Surprise, why is this one reprinted so much, 8.5 out of 10. New Friends for Thomas, the only Michelangelos release here in the US, 9 out of 10. Steamers vs. Diesels, the first hit era release, 7 out of 10. Thomas and the Jet Engine, Brandon's narration with Mike and Junior's music doesn't sound too bad, 7 out of 10. It's Great to Be an Engine, an okay release, 6.5 out of 10. Hooray for Thomas, some good episodes and some bad ones, 7.5 out of 10. Thomas's Sodor Celebration, an okay way to celebrate the 60th anniversary, 6.5 out of 10. Songs from the Station, this release actually has a really nice cover, 7 out of 10. Percy Saves the Day, there isn't even an episode called Percy Saves the Day, 6.5 out of 10. Thomas and the Really Brave Engines, a nice selection of Season 7 episodes, 8.5 out of 10. Track Stars, a decent hit era release, 7 out of 10. Tales from the Tracks, the last Thomas VHS, 5.5 out of 10. On Site with Thomas, a good introduction to the pack, 8.5 out of 10. Thomas's Halloween Adventures, a nice Halloween release to watch during the spooky season, 9 out of 10. Come Ride the Rails, I like the amount of characters on the cover, 5.5 out of 10. Milkshake Muddle, the fact that there isn't even an episode selection on the main menu is just bonkers, 6.5 out of 10. Thomas's Trusty Friends, the pack is a really cool concept, 9.5 out of 10. Carnival Capers, the most average Thomas release ever, 5 out of 10. Thomas and the Tour Workshop, Easily the best hit era release, 7.5 out of 10. Ultimate Christmas, a good Christmas release to watch during the holiday season, 9 out of 10. Thompson the Treasure, not too bad, not too good either, 6.5 out of 10. Engines and Escapades, the narrow gauge engines in the hit era are not very good at all, 6 out of 10. Mud, Glorious Mud, very random episode selection, but still a fun release, 8 out of 10. Railway Friends, a very bad first impression of Season 12, 3.5 out of 10. High Speed Adventures, this is just straight up a bad release, 3 out of 10. Team Up with Thomas, definitely not as bad as I remember, but still mid, 5 out of 10. Percy and the Bandstand, I really don't like Season 12, 3.5 out of 10. Holiday Express, I don't hate it, I don't love it, 5.5 out of 10. Splish Splash Splosh, the introduction to CGI Thomas, not that good, 4.5 out of 10. Thomas and the Runaway Kite, another not so great CGI release, 4.5 out of 10. The Greatest Stories, these are not the greatest stories, but still alright, 8 out of 10. Creaky Cranky, CGI Thomas really hasn't offered us anything great so far, 5 out of 10. Merry Winter Wish, our first really bad Christmas release, 2.5 out of 10. The Lion of Sodor, ugh, CGI Thomas is such a chore to sit through, 4 out of 10. Wobbly Wheels and Whistles, there's nothing exciting about this release whatsoever, 3.5 out of 10. Pop Goes Thomas, these Nitrogen era releases are just getting worse and worse, 2.5 out of 10. Birthday Express, the most boring, forgettable, random release ever, 3 out of 10. Thomas in Charge, this release is so boring, 3.5 out of 10. Merry Christmas Thomas, this release is a clear example of why Season 15 is awful, 3 out of 10. Rescue on the Rails, why does the rescue engine position a different engine every single time? Why isn't it just the same reliable engine? Aside from that, pretty bad release, 3 out of 10. Curious Cargo, this release is just so bad, 3 out of 10. Up, Up, and Away, the absolute worst Thomas release ever. Do not watch at all, 1 out of 10. Engine Friends, I know this is a hot take, but I prefer the Greatest Stories to this, 7.5 out of 10. Schoolhouse Delivery, I really don't care for this release, 3.5 out of 10. A Very Thomas Christmas, this is the worst Christmas release of all time. All the episodes on this release are awful, except one, which is Salty Surprise, and that one's mid. So none of the episodes on this release are good, and this is a horrible way to celebrate Christmas. 2 out of 10. Sticky Situations, can I please just be done with the Nitrogen era? 3.5 out of 10. Money Matters, we're almost done with the Nitrogen era, thank goodness, 4.5 out of 10. Go Go Thomas, the final Nitrogen era release. Yes! I won't have to deal with the Nitrogen era. Other than that, this release is very typical Nitrogen era release. Very boring, but not that boring, I guess. I don't know. This release is just below mid, 4.5 out of 10. Railway Mischief, the freshest breath of fresh air I have ever smelled, 8.5 out of 10. Animals Aboard, why does this release even exist when there isn't even any new episodes? 2.5 out of 10. Santa's Little Engine, this release is a little more overrated, but still not terrible, 6 out of 10. The Thomas Way, The Return of Duck, 7.5 out of 10. Spills and Thrills, Spills and Chills is way better, but this release is still a pretty good one, 8 out of 10. Trouble on the Tracks, the first really great Brenner era release, 9 out of 10. Engines to the rescue. Definitely not the best CGI release out there, but still decent. 7.5 out of 10. The Christmas Engines. Finally, a really great Christmas release. 9 out of 10. Signals Crossed. The first episode is pretty trash, but the rest are good. 8 out of 10. Dinos and Discoveries. Extremely meh. 6.5 out of 10. Whale of a Tale. Not as good as I thought it would be. 6.5 out of 10. Wild Water Rescue. Way too many Nitrogen Era episodes on this release. 5.5 out of 10. Thomas's Christmas Carol. A pretty good Christmas release. 8 out of 10. Tales on the Rails. I'm running out of things to say about this release. Other than, it's pretty good. Start Your Engines. A surprisingly great release. 9 out of 10. Tinsel on the Tracks. The greatest CGI release. 10 out of 10. Ultimate Friendship Adventures. A CGI release with the most episodes, I think. 8 out of 10. Extraordinary Engines. One of the most gimmicky releases ever, but still good. 8 out of 10. Christmas on Sodor. The last Thomas release, and they ended it off on a great note. 9 out of 10. And that's it, folks. That just about covers every single Thomas & Friends US DVD and VHS. Whew. This took a really long time. But comment down your favorite Thomas & Friends DVD or VHS down in the comments. That's from America anyway. So, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!